Oh, of course, out of all of the mods I had people on Instagram pick, they decided to pick the longest one. At least I think it is. Hi, I'm Miss Mod if you don't know me. I made a DDLC mod. I'm making a big update for it. I help other people make their own DDLC mods, and I'm working on my own game. Uh, I also enjoy just playing other games and playing with my friends and putting those videos on here just randomly. So you're always going to get something different with me. I hope that you enjoy. And this is the start of a series I'm doing where, as someone who codes Doki Doki Literature Club, I want to start playing other people's mods and not just give people insight of like, I'm going to give them my take on how I like the story and all that stuff, but the people who are coding and writing and doing all the art, they're underappreciated. I mean, you really have to look deeper, and I think I can give everybody that mindset to look deeper. It could be something as simple as just a line of text looking a certain way. I don't think you understand how hard it is to code certain things, or text boxes changing, or it's just there's so much more put into it that people just kind of like, they bat an eye to it, but they don't really care. And I think we should, because so much work is put into a mod, and it comes from an experience because I made my first mod, like the demo of my mod, basically by myself with the help of two people doing art. I did the story writing on my own. I did a lot of the sprites on my own. I did a lot of some of the art on my own. I did all of it. So, and I had no experience with coding either. I taught myself everything. And, you know, it took a long time for just me to do it. And I really appreciate when I see other people doing it and working together. So, I don't know. This will be fun. The mod we're going to be playing today from Instagram that everyone has chosen is, if I can pull it up, the Doki Doki Salvation Remake. So, it's going to be good. Just warning you, there's going to be a few times where I'm pausing during this and I'm going to be giving my insight on stuff. So, but there are going to be moments when I'm pausing, giving my insight on stuff, giving my opinion, letting you know a little bit of stuff, all of that. And as I open this game, there's already this. It's awesome. And I don't know if that was supposed to happen, but I mean, okay. I have no idea if that was supposed to happen. I love the Sayori art, and you can see little Monica in the background there. I like this a lot. Something else that's also grabbing my attention is there's another choice here. A music box. Oh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. I have no idea how they did that, but like I said, it's just the small things we need to appreciate a little bit more, because I'm gonna bet you that wasn't a simple, let's just code for 5 minutes. It probably took a long time. So, I know, we have a whole game ahead of us, but let's just stop and think about the work that this little button had to go through. It's crazy. Something that I have always seen is that a lot of people don't put a lot of work into the menus, which I get it. The menu is not the game, but I feel like it's the gateway to the mod. If there is no personality in the menu, I don't know, you just don't really get as excited. Like, I see this and I'm excited for it, but it also just kind of looks bland. No hate though. I'm not giving anyone any hate. That's just my opinion. But let's start. Okay. Everything would be easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Wait, What is this? I can't delete her. Why isn't it working? Wait, she can't die? That's just gonna screw up everything. Oh god, I overdid this. I thought I had full control over the code. I really messed up. Help me. Okay, so we're getting like a little bit of a backstory. I jerk and rise up from the bed suddenly. Okay. The hell? I shake my head and rub my eyes as I reach for my phone on the nightstand. It's around 2 in the morning, so I know I didn't get a good night's sleep. Well, 'cause it's still night technically, but I get ya. I rub my eyes and take a look out my bedroom window. To my surprise, Sayori's bedroom's light. I can't speak. I'm gonna mess up a few times. To my surprise, Sayori's bedroom lights seem to be on, which confuses me. Maybe she just forgot to turn off the lights before she went to bed? That seems like something she'd do. Wait, what if she's thinking about what I told her yesterday? I guess it would make sense. She literally just told me about her depression. That's something she wouldn't joke about. Now, this is here is time placement, as I'm gonna just call it for right now. Is there's two ways that you can do it when making a story, or basically a mod, especially for Doki Doki Literature Club, is they can either put you in a specific spot so you know exactly where you are, and it's a pretty good tactic actually, because you can put them somewhere they think they know exactly what's about to happen, but there's also just that part of them that is also unsure what's going to happen, but they still feel like they kind of have some kind of control over the situation. They know what's going to happen next. They have at least an idea, so it's not as unexpected, and they're just always on their toes. Like, they're like, okay, I know this is about to happen, but I have this much time to prepare myself. Now, another thing you can do is where you throw them in and they have no idea where they're starting from. And it's just, there's so much going on. And if you're trying to make like a scary Doki Doki mod or whatever, putting them there is a lot better because they have no idea what to expect and when to expect it. So, but I do like when people do this. I do it in my mod as well. But I'm just saying that depending on how you want the story to go, just small things like deciding how we know, it just does a lot because you don't really realize it, but when you're making a story, you can kind of control the people who are reading the story because depending on words you use or placement or all of that stuff, you can control how someone's going to react to something. And it's really interesting. Like, I have no idea who's playing my mod, but I kind of have some kind of control over them, and it's weird. But, like, I don't know. It's not like I'm trying to be, like, controlling. I don't know how to say that. It's just writing can be really powerful. So, we'll continue now. Maybe I should check on her. It was check up on her. Again, I can't talk. Maybe I should check up on her, or is that too weird? I'll call her up first. Maybe I'm just overthinking this thing. I pick up my phone and unlock it, not before lowering the brightness so it doesn't absolutely destroy my eyeballs. Okay, fair. I click on Sayori's contact and hit call. Okay, I like the little phone thing. So does that do anything? Oh, I guess I just did this. Do these do anything? Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I am noticing it doesn't really have the music box thing, but that makes sense, I guess. I have like a little phone thing in my mod as well, but something that we need to stop for is like, and again, I'm trying to point out small details to you guys, is just the numbers moving up. Now, I know there's probably a way to code it in. Now, I personally, when I want to do stuff like this, I will make each of it its own image. So this could either be some kind of code, or it's just images overlapping each other and making it look like it's moving. Meaning there's like now 50 images appearing. So, which can take a lot of work, mind you. But I don't know which one they did, but it's just small things like that that can add such a difference. Now, if I was to keep this here for forever and it kept on going up, I don't think that it would be images as I just said it was, because I wouldn't have gone over a certain time. I would have just made it skip to the next part because I don't have that kind of patience. But Small details like this are important, okay? Huh? Straight to voicemail. Her phone is off? Well, I guess she turned off her phone before bed. I should probably do that too. Sayori's words are now racing all over my mind. I don't think I'll be able to sleep like this. But I have to. I need to be in the best shape for the festival. I did promise I'd spend it with her after all. Though, now that I think about it, I should have offered to do that in the first place. Screw it. I better go check up on her. Wait. Wouldn't that make her feel bad? Considering she mentioned just how it bothers her when people worry. But we're dating now, aren't we? Ugh, I'm wasting time. I put on some shoes and get ready to head outside. Okay. Details I like is how they changed like the sky or whatever. They probably, I don't know. Like how I would do it is I would just kind of like erase the sky and then I just add my own thing. Now I personally really just went lazy and I just changed the brightness and I need to fix it before I release it. But you know, I do small like little draft ideas and then when I'm about to release it I change everything and give myself double work. But you know, I like this. It's cool. I like how like they have like the moonlight shining on the, like the houses and stuff like that. It's cool. Sure enough, down the road, Sayori's lights are still on. I can't really see anything. Why did I stop? Anyways, sorry. I was looking at the words and I was hearing the music in the background. It's not really music, it's like wind. I like that. Like, little sounds can put you in a certain place. I'm really bad at where to put music in my mod, but I do know that depending on where you put music is how you can make someone feel about a situation or understand a situation. Music is very powerful, you guys. I can't really see anything moving through her window though, so I'm still in the dark here. I start thinking back to what I told her yesterday, how I said I'd be there for her and all that. And well, that I also loved her. I mean, I do love her, don't I? We're dating, right? I also like it whenever the MC, he questioned the choices he made before that, because technically, we didn't make those choices, but we did at the same time. It's just like he's like, well, I did this, right? Because that's where we're going off of. We're going in the future. We start somewhere, and he's like, well, I did all these things in the past, right? Even if we technically didn't do it in this timeline, we did it in another one, and it kind of transferred over, is another way to explain it. And it's a nice detail that I always like whenever he's like questioning himself, and it makes the player sit there and they're like, I did that. He didn't do that. I did that. And it's just, it leaves you thinking, you know? If I'm being honest with myself, I'm not too sure about my feelings for her. I don't want her to think I feel this way just because she's depressed or that I lied to make her feel better. But am I lying to myself about my own I can't talk to save my life, can I? But am I lying to myself about my own feelings because she's depressed? I mean, I don't even know anymore. I reached Sayori's front porch and let myself in, but not before knocking a few times on her front door. Her parents are almost never around, but they help Sayori pay rent, so I guess it still works out. Dang. Okay, for Sayori about to, like... Well, because, I mean, I'm gonna guess she's hanging herself or whatever. Why are all of her lights on? Like, I understand you're about to die, but, like, come on, your parents pay rent. Turn those lights off. Also, I don't know what the neighbors next door are doing. Like, what are they awake for? It's 2 a.m. Go to bed. You know? Her parents are almost never around, but they help Sayori pay rent, so I guess it still works out. Still, you'd think parents of a girl with depression would stop by a little more often. I guess it's not really my place to judge. I slowly open the door and poke my head into the living room. At this point, it's impossible not to feel awkward. Should I call out or something? I mean, I'm not trying to scare her either. Sayori, it's me. I saw your lights on and, well, I wanted to see how you were doing. No response. I'm starting to feel quite anxious now, but I also can't help but feel like I'm really overstepping my boundaries here. Isn't this a breach of pri- Okay, sound effects like that can also really bring the mood. It makes your heart start racing. Like me. I get easily scared. I suddenly hear a loud bang from upstairs. Sayori, you alright? I quickly rush upstairs without thinking. Now, before I go to this next thing, because I'm gonna guess it's gonna be something crazy, but, you know, it was like I said earlier about putting someone in a certain place, meaning that whenever certain events are happening or you hear certain sounds, the person already knows what's probably happening, and they start to panic. Which, again, is another way we can kind of control, like, they know what happened. But if you don't want someone to know what's about to happen, if you're ever thinking about making one, you put them somewhere they don't know, and when they hear the sound, it can be so much more scarier because you have no idea what you're expecting. Now, in this case, because it's a mod, we still don't fully know what we're expecting, but we get the main idea. So, you can't really trick the player as much, but you still have control over them in a way, emotion-wise. It's just a small detail I always like to point out. I'm probably going to point it out a lot. It's just something that I really love. And I know how I stopped probably before a really crazy part. I apologize if people are annoyed with my commentary. That's the reason I'm doing all of this, so I really can't help you out there. I'm sorry. I quickly grabbed the doorknob and... Oh, the heartbeat music. That stuff always gets me. She's suspended in the air. Her neck is being crushed by the rope from her own weight. Her once cheerful voice is now reduced to weak gurgles. No, Sayori! See? And then you have the black and it makes everything just like, oh. Oh, is this like a credit scene? Okay, this is cool. I have no idea how to do moving, like, there is a way to do, like, you know, the moving videos and all this stuff in Ren'Py. I have not learned yet, and so I'm always extra amazed when I see stuff like this. Yeah, like the moving and all of that. Which, I mean, it must take a lot of extra work, too. So this short, I don't know if it's short actually, but this probably took so much extra work, it's crazy. I don't know how I feel about all of it being blurred out, but I don't know. It kind of makes it look not as, like, fancy. In my opinion, I probably would have tried not to make it like that, but, you know, I'm not gonna... Again, I'm not hating. This is just me giving my opinion. Okay, and then they have the original game. I like how they have the original artist, actually. That's cool. Okay. Oh, okay, I like this too. Act 1 Survivor. You came for me? Why? So much work just to be put into that is crazy. I mean, like I said, you guys need to look at the bigger picture here. And even just the effects of see like the clouds moving in the background there. And the new music, it just makes it's awesome. Oh, the new backgrounds. Okay, we have Monica. Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. Let's all have a seat in top. That's odd. I fell on my knees in pain. Huh? That was strange. Whew. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, everyone. The literature club, How would you say that? Like, hug? Alright. Oh, I can't with myself. I fall on my knees again, much harder this time. What's going on? I nervously look around me. The atmosphere of the room has changed. It looks the same to me. Everything that I was just worried about is gone and replaced with something greater. Okay, what are we talking about? Oh, okay. Not the Undertale sound. That's from Undertale, right? Is it originally from Undertale? I have no idea. Unless it's not even an Undertale sound at all and I'm just going crazy. What do we see here? We see like the logo, Sayori's eye just going around here. I like that. Oh. We got hit again. It's like we basically got punched in the face. I'm thrown to the floor by some otherworldly force, and my vision goes entirely black. Are we gonna get jump scared? Please no. Sayori? Also, like I was mentioning earlier, you see how the text box changed? I just realized I didn't mention that. Like, that's so much extra work you have to do for something small. We're just like, oh, okay, text box changed, that's cool. But like, to me, I'm like amazed right now, because I don't know how to do that. I'm just amazed by the smaller things. It's so much nicer when you know something, because then you see everything in such a different light, and you can appreciate it so much more. Which is why I'm hoping that this series, for people who don't want to code or whatever, can still see things in a different light, and they can walk away saying, you know, before I just thought this was like a mod, but then I realized that this is a story that a group of people came together to create for us. And they put all of their work, time, and dedication into it. And we should respect it a little bit more. That is what my end goal is here. So. Hello? Oh, Sayori's here. Hi, Sayori. A girl with pinkish red hair appears in front of me, staring at me blankly. I've never seen this girl in my life. I know I haven't. Yet I'm somehow aware of her presence. She's always been here. In fact, there are two others. No, three. How is that possible? I quickly stand up and regain my bearings. Oh my gosh, sorry, I never do this. Oh. There was no sound for that, so it didn't exactly grab my attention, but it was still cool. My world crumbles around me once again, and once again for a split second. Is this the napping club? I like how we're going closer to Sayori, but I don't know if that's going to be a jump scare or not. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Nothing's wrong. This is... I paused, not out of embarrassment or anything like how I was feeling before. It's pure and utter fear. Fear of what will happen next if I keep this conversation going. This isn't normal, and I have to find out why. This is the literature club. It's so great to have you. It all began there, my epiphany. It had all become painfully clear to me. Everything happens for a reason, right? Another reason text boxes are so important is because now we know this is Monica. Because if not, it would have been really confusing. So, again, just small details like that can add so much more to a story. But it wasn't always like this. No, I never wanted to believe it. Despite everything coming apart around me, I never wanted to believe that my friends were all fake. Sayori and the others were the only light I had. But even that had to fade away eventually. And I'm here now. This is the decision I have made. This isn't how things were supposed to go, but I'll play along. Okay. Where are we now? Is this like a hotel? My legs have been bouncing up and down ferociously. Is that ferociously? I'm guessing. As I wait for the doctors to let me see Sayori. Oh, we're in a hospital right now, aren't we? Okay, so did we jump back? Because that's a little unclear, because there's so much story going on. Okay, I'm just gonna pause for a second. There's so much going on, and there's a lot to process. But maybe it'll explain it earlier because we went from like Monica talking to us at the beginning. Then we went to us finding Sayori, or going to her and finding her. We go to Monica meeting Sayori, and now we're back at the hospital after Sayori did everything. So timeline-wise, it's a little confusing, but I'm guessing with the way this mod is it's all gonna make sense by the end of it. But I don't want the ending. I don't want it to be too long, so I'm just gonna save here. And I'm just gonna go back to the menu. So far, I'm liking it. There's just so much effort put into the first 20 minutes of this game. And I think I managed to say a lot. And I do want to do another part, but like I said, I don't want these videos to be super long. I don't even know if they're gonna get watched, and I put a lot of work into my editing. And I don't want to be editing like a 3-hour-long video for it to get 10 views or something like that. So I'll do a part 2 if this, gets recognized. It doesn't have to be that recognized. And if you want to help me make decisions about which mods to do or whatever in the future, I am a lot more active on my Instagram. So I will put that up at the top or something, or in my description. But, this might be a fun journey. You guys will get to see mods, I'll get to experience them for the first time, and you guys will get to get a more in-depth look at, someone else's point of view, who's been through all the coding and the writing and all of that, and so I can give an intake on how much work that they really put into this, instead of just, oh, it's DDLC mod, it is, but so many people had to come together to make something amazing like this, and they need more appreciation. So until part 2 comes around, I will see you all later. Miss Mod out.